Hi, Raylene.
Good morning, JD.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I missed being on the air.
You did?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you surprised by that?
No, not really. I know, because you love it.
I do. I did. I really missed just hopping on with everyone every morning and just goofing around and having some fun and, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Can we do that again this morning?
Of course we can.
All right.
Of course.
I have to say, before we, good morning, Becky and Michael and Stacy. Before we even start, you did a fantastic job while I was gone.
Well, thank you.
I managed the page wonderfully. You were on the air with Michael times 2. You had Booten in here.
Yeah.
We
managed to do it every day. We were right on track.
It was great. It was great. Some of them I got to see. Some of them I didn't. But I know a lot of stuff went down during the week. We have the first official weekend of summer now behind us, and what a super hot week it was.
It was.
The cooling shelters were everywhere. You were posting up. The fire department's spraying.
They did an amazing job. That was just awesome.
That was so great.
It was so cool to see all the pictures and the videos, and the police department was involved. There were some officers, Officer McGowan, Chief Vale out there with the kids, and Chief Cushman of the fire department.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He got under the water too.
Yeah, so did McGowan's and Chief Vale.
But why wasn't he wearing his swimsuit though? I mean,
well, he's got to stay in uniform.
Doesn't have to.
Well, it doesn't have to, but it was pretty cool to the kids still.
It was cool to the kids. I think next time, if Cushman's listening, respectfully, I think the flamingo boxers should come out.
You think so?
The Hawaiian shorts, something. Something. He has a really nice pair of fluorescent pink Crocs that I think would match the flamingo underwear that he has.
Well, maybe you should send him an email.
Okay.
Yeah, and just let him know.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Hell, I think McGowan's went in vest and all. I mean, yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
But what a hot week! I'm gonna. Let's say not just kudos to the fire departments for cooling down so many people, but also the first responders. Like you just mentioned, the police, but they, when it's that hot, it's not like they can say, "All right, we're closing down. We're going to stay inside with the AC on." No. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine walking around. First of all, with pants on, that hot, but then throw a uniform on and carry all that equipment and the weight of everything and the vest and geez.
Yeah.
Barry City Pool opened. Montpelier Pool opened early. I think that's incredible. That's so great.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. And the city pool got to open on Saturday. Unfortunately, Saturday was a rainy day, but they were able to get enough lifeguards, and the lifeguards passed their tests.
Yes.
And the city pool is now open.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
I applied for that job. For whatever reason, they never called me back, and I'm not sure why, who's in charge over there, but they never called me. Some wild weather, though. My God, we had 2 tornado warnings and 1 tornado watch. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I don't know if they had anything touched down, but they did definitely have some what they call straight line winds, I believe is what they were saying on the news, and some definite damage throughout the state. And then with the flash flooding, areas that had already suffered last year definitely suffered again yesterday.
Yeah.
It was very hit or miss. It just,
Right.
I mean, kept going right past Barrie, right just on the tip.
I know.
Over Montpelier. We got some pretty good thunder every once in a while, a couple snaps of lightning and some rain, but the rain wasn't even horrible. It was just a really steady, nice rain, almost one that you would want to sit out in.
Yes.
Really, it was just nice.
That's how it was.
Thank God.
That's how it was at my house. I mean, we didn't even get any wind. It was just like the type of rain that you just described.
Yeah.
But we were looking at the radar and how isolated it was.
And it was frightening. The radar was
Yes.
frightening.
I mean,
For
it was
sure.
like really isolated stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got washouts in Elmore, Route 12 in Worcester, north end of the village has got some washouts. Stowe, Morrisville.
Yeah, Waterbury, Cabot, East Montpelier. Those locations. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, freaky. Just, I mean, and people, I mean, listen, us Yankees up here, we're not used to the word tornado.
No.
And if we do, which is rare, if we do hear the word tornado, we hear a tornado, watch. But
Right.
How often do we hear tornado warning?
Warning. Yeah.
Like, like one's going to be
It was
imminent.
craziness for sure.
Yeah, it was amazing. Springfield really got it hard too. My God, the pictures from Springfield, amazing. And that was not just yesterday. That was a few days before too. Bradford Fair was a wet one this weekend. Chatted with a few friends who went, and it was pretty soggy. Pretty soggy. We're looking at clouds today, off and on rain showers, mainly this afternoon. It really started out as a beautiful morning, blue sky,
Yeah, absolutely.
sunshine.
It looks like by noon, though, we're going to have some rain kicking in.
Rain's coming. 68 degrees for the daytime high. A little bit of break in the humidity. Yesterday's humidity was like amazing. The air was so thick.
Yeah, it was gross.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it really was.
but it was a recall of the week prior. I mean, the whole
Right.
week.
Yeah. Pardon me. Tonight looks like cloudy skies becoming mostly clear, down around 54, and that's going to set us up for what Roger Hill is saying is the pick of the week tomorrow. 83 degrees and sunshine. Enjoy it. We do need a little bit of dry out time. The ground is just so saturated, which is, of course, created some concern for flooding.
Right.
And flash flooding and stuff. But so beautiful day tomorrow. Enjoy it because we're back to the rain on Wednesday and Thursday.
And hot, yucky temps. The humidity is socked in.
Yeah, it is. And then hopefully Friday we're looking at a little bit more sunshine, but possibly a wet weekend coming up. We are going to be watching that very carefully because we know there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend to talk about. So we will be watching weather very carefully this week. And first and foremost, I think safe to say, every morning that we're on the air, we kind of lead off with the weather as part of our conversation because it impacts everything, whether you're going to hay or not. I mean, it's just everything. Yeah, nice curtains behind you. That looks good.
Thanks. Makes a difference.
You got the meter maids out there this morning.
And well, that's Dee.
Yeah.
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 She's a good
Dee's
girl.
badass.
She's a good lady.
I really like her.
I do too.
Looks mean as hell.
She's a very good lady.
Yeah, but she's not. She's so friendly.
She is.
Just don't piss her off.
Well, don't swear at her and call her names because you forgot to put money in the meter.
Thank you.
It's not her fault.
Right. had there's so much to talk about this morning. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. You go right ahead.
Okay.
You just keep on rolling.
No, well, obviously, I mean, blah, 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 I'm jabberjaws this morning.
I know you're talking about 1,000 miles a minute.
You go.
You're all excited.
You go.
I want to know what National Take Back the Lunch Break Day is.
What?
Since when did we not have lunch breaks? I don't know. What the hell does that even mean?
I love the national days,
Do you know what that means?
but there's some stupid shit on there.
I know.
sometimes.
National Patch Day and National Pralines Day.
Okay.
But what the hell is Take Back the Lunch Break Day? What the hell is that?
I don't know.
I don't know what the hell that is
Yeah.
either.
State law, you have to have a lunch break. God.
Well,
Whatever.
and maybe, who knows? What are you doing at lunch break?
You know how I eat lunch? I just eat it usually while I'm driving.
the go.
On the go. Constantly. While
I don't get it.
There was a lot of stuff that happened while I was away. One of the things that happened, I'm going to share with you. We had a little emergency on the beach. Mm-hmm. Sherilyn and Lily and I we run to the coast of Maine usually once per summer, sometimes twice, but definitely once.
Mm-hmm.
We always go to the same area, which is Gunquit, Wells, York, Moody Beach, that section of the coast. And for like Father's Day and Sherilyn's birthday, and we kind of combine everything and go. Had a great time. The weather, I mean, the heat wave. What more perfect of a place could you be? I mean,
Than the ocean?
than the ocean. I mean,
And in Maine, where the water is like sub-zero all the
it
time.
was so bad. It was so cold.
And it feels more cold when it's so hot.
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I mean, it was literally so. Listen, I know I'm getting older, and the older I get, the colder the water is. I'm sure, but my God, Raylene, it's like you get in there, and
Things shrivel up and your toes turn purple?
very true.
Yeah.
Toes, and maybe other things. But it was so cold that it almost burned. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Where it almost burns, it
Yes.
stings.
Yes.
And Lily,
Kids don't care.
100% in swimming around in the ocean like the water temperature was 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Going underwater, surfing. She got a little surfboard, surfing, loving it.
Yeah,
And I'm
kids
like,
don't
my
care.
God, if you said I'll give you $1,000 if you jump in,
You'd be broke with Lily. Or most kids.
I would have to sit down and think about it for an hour. I mean, it was so cold, but I did go in. I got up to about my chest, and I did some fishing, shoreline fishing from the chest, casting out. I got to tell you about the dead crab that ended up in Sherilyn's car on the way home, the whole drive home, and the smell.
Is that the emergency?
No.
Oh.
No, that's not even no. But anyway, I'll share the story with you. I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to handle it. I'm not sure if others will be able to handle this, but I think you'll be okay. While I was away, crazy shit. The Vermont legislature overrode 6 of Governor Scott's 7
Oh, I know.
veto. Holy shit. I mean, I was sitting on the beach, had a little umbrella over my head when that story broke, and I just was I couldn't stop reading about it. I just couldn't believe it, Raylene.
I know.
What's going on in Vermont, man? It's like there's a disconnect on a level that is far greater than I thought there was. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's gross. The whole thing is gross.
It's historic. So on average, based on what I've read, most Vermonters are going to be, tell me if I'm right here, are going to see an average of an almost 14% property tax increase. $100 million payroll tax that starts July 1st. We say it like it is here, air it out. How are small businesses, on average, going to be able to swing this? How are Vermonters going to be able to swing this?
Well, it's going to be super tough, and that's why a lot of businesses have already gone out of business, and why some will still go out of business. It's going to be very tough. It's frightening. The whole thing is very frightening.
Top that with, electricity for your home or your business, heat for your home or your business, and now a $100 million payroll tax starting July 1st.
Yeah.
As if it wasn't already high enough.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'm sure many do, when we were all banging the drum here in Vermont that we were, and don't you remember these buzzwords? Small business friendly.
Right. No more. We're not people friendly at the moment, unless, yeah. I can't even. 'Cause I get worked up and I say things I shouldn't say. So, remember in November.
Remember in November.
I mean, that's
Jesus.
just it's the only thing that you can say.
And
it's the only
to
thing
see-
that you can repeatedly say.
To see, to see respectfully, VPR and so many other outlets and so many other people on social media banging the drum saying, yay, huge victory for our environment. Vermont legislators think that Vermonters can afford this, apparently. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Apparently.
Good morning, Bill Donahue tuned in.
Nice.
We have 2 Vermont senators that are suing Governor Scott over his Zoe Saunders appointment.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Can you is there anything you can give me on that? Like, can you shed any light on
same
this?
thing. Remember in November.
Jesus.
You don't even want to give her a chance. Look in front of the name. There's a D and a P or a D or just a P. It's the movement that we allowed, and now we need to fix it. We need to fix it in a real big hurry. If we all want to survive.
I saw the news. There's a lot of stuff here. We had an explosion in Facein.
Mm-hmm. That whole story is a little bit freaky, really.
Can you film?
I don't know a lot about it. They haven't really said a ton about it. There was the investigation, and it's just
some weird shit going on.
There is weird shit. People are going a little bit lulu. I think the heat was getting to some people. I think that we have a lot of stuff going on with a lot of people around here for sure. Because yeah. It's hard for me. All of that was last week's stuff. So I'm going to have to be, I'm not stuck in last week yet. So you're going to have to take these away and be able to read them because I had to go way back.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm this is all stuff that just happened in 5 days time while I was away.
I know.
This story about formerly Nissan's former parts manager.
Yeah. And that's actually that broke a few weeks ago.
Damn.
That's a story that broke a few weeks ago. That's a crazy amount of money to be stealing from a business for sure.
$500,000 according to the
But
feds.
just last week, he, the plea deal, and he pled guilty, and all that happened.
He was selling parts on Facebook.
Yeah.
Burlington beaches opened during the heat wave despite the blue-green algae blooms, but I think at least one has closed since. I don't know, man. It's like, Andy and I were talking about running up to Sandbar Beach. I think I'm going to pass. Mm-hmm. The Champlain's getting nuts, man. What's going on at CVMC with these new security screenings? We got metal detectors now.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's about time that
in the ER, right?
Yeah, I think it's about time and that they've caught up with the times, and it's an unfortunate thing that we have to worry about that here. I don't think that 10 years ago we would have been in this spot,
right.
But we are, but for always staff in the ER, in the hospital.
Sure.
It's they are very much vulnerable being there. They're not well protected. They're there to serve. And,
sure.
You never know who walks in the door and what's going on, or their frame of mind, or whether they're higher than a kite, drunk, even just crazy off of adrenaline from the horrible accident that they've just been in, when they don't understand why they can't feel their legs, this, that, or the other.
Sure.
They put up with a lot of abuse, and they are put in some scenarios and situations that are frightening.
All of this just in time for this 54-year-old David Gardner from Montpelier to start making some phone threats to the hospital that police found not to be credible. But still, I mean, this is a really sensitive time right now. Lack of a better term.
For sure.
And what is it, bag checks too? Here's the thing. If I were to walk into CVMC, I don't care if you want to check my bag. Mm-hmm. Check my bag, please.
Yeah.
And not only please, but thank you. You want to give me a pat down or run me through a metal detector? Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you doing your job, making sure everyone's safe. That doesn't bother me.
No.
Any updates on the shots fired in Montpelier? I know this was a while ago. It was that early morning. I know there were no injuries, but it was like, I think, last Saturday, a week ago, the 15th.
Yeah. They were looking for suspects. I don't believe that they ever found any more information out about that at all.
I see the Father's Day Northeast Kingdom manhunt. We had a couple of teenagers from Springfield, Massachusetts, shocker, that were visiting Vermont this summer. Came up to the kingdom. I'm sure they weren't looking to cool off in the lakes.
Probably not.
And do some fishing and some camping.
Probably
huge
not.
Drug bust, but the big foot chase and guns going off, and I feel bad for this little kid, 13 years old, sitting on the porch with grandma and witnessed the whole thing. Unbelievable. We had the 5-person drug bust in Springfield, Vermont. We had the Lindenville armed robbery. We had that huge fire in Whitehall, New York. We had a home that burned last night in Ferrisburg that you posted up this morning. I from what I understand, everybody's...
Oh, the porch fire that happened yesterday.
Yeah. Started from
Saturday night.
Grill.
Yeah.
Started from the grill, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's okay. But that was a huge fire, man. Jeez.
Yes, it was. It was terrible.
What else is going on?
Well, we have new stuff going on. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. What's going on today?
New in the news today is the Vermont State Police are asking Franklin County neighbors to keep an eye out for Nicholas Hale, 26 of St. Albans. and this is somebody who went on the run, that is potentially an armed armed suspect after running from police on Sunday afternoon in Swanton. So they're asking people to keep their eye out for this man, and they have posted his picture right there on the news, and we have shared that article.
I got it I got it on the monitor right
So
now.
that is happening right now. We also, of course, have the Vermont road construction report up for the week.
Thank you.
And that also, just be aware of the notices after yesterday, the notices that they'll post up here and there as well on the Agency of Transportation website, and they often will put out little alerts because now additional road closings have come up due to the flash flooding and stuff yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So there's the construction report, but still make sure that you keep track of where you're going. Maybe use the Wise app or something.
Yep.
Donald Trump and Joe Biden gearing up for the first debate of 2024.
Yeah.
That'll air this week on CNN, live on CNN. I'm sure that other media outlets will have a hold of that as well, but that's what's happening there. That is one. I don't usually watch those, but I will definitely be watching that one for sure.
There's a huge watching party that's going to be held at Michael Boutin's house.
Oh,
for that.
I'm sure he's happy that you're telling people that.
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
He's got a full catering service that's going to be coming in. Popcorn for everybody. Bring your own chair though, please.
Yeah, please.
For that. But that's going to be a huge viewing party.
Fish and Game is warning people that they are getting reports of human encounters with bears in the National Forest and campgrounds. The likelihood of that happening, they say it's on the uptrend, and that people are seeing them, that they're coming right into people's campsites, getting into things. They say to not only store your foods and stuff away, but keep scented items like toothpaste, pet food, food wrappers, things like that, secure, and bear-proof the canisters and things like that. And you can get those from most of the ranger stations. You can get the cans that you can secure your stuff in. But people. It says officials also advise people not to sleep in clothes that have cooked in or handled game in.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. They are, the warning is out. And truthfully, I don't know that the warning is out because there's any danger. I mean, I know that there are some instances where that happens, but because they are truly afraid of you, bear are scared shitless of you, but I think it's more they're a nuisance. And it just once they know there's food there, they'll keep coming back, and so you can't get rid of them.
Right. Yeah.
And they make a mess, and they're scary.
Just saw one on the side of Route 5. I know they're everywhere.
Yeah, we have the 29-year-old Jericho woman that was reported missing earlier in the weekend, but she has been found and safe.
Okay. I wondered about that.
Yes.
We hear. It seems like we hear the word missing all too frequently these days. Like like every week, there's someone that's missing. I don't know what the hell's going on. That guy from Barnett, 37 years old, missing, and then found dead. Then we had that 71-year-old lady with early onset dementia, missing, and then found dead. I don't. You know, it's. I don't know what's going on with the whole missing persons thing here in Vermont, but it seems like it's once a week.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a lot lately. We have the Vermont Ravens and the Vermont Mountaineers kicking off a really good season. They're full swing now, so if you can catch games, the schedules are up.
Yes, I saw you posted that.
Vermont Ravens had a great weekend with let's see, the Riptide are 1-1 and the Ravens are 0-2 with Vermont's first home game of the season next Sunday at Norwich University at 2 p.m. kickoff versus the Middleborough Cobras.
Full disclosure here. More often than not, Raylene and I don't really have that much time to chat off the air, and we often get caught up while we're on the air. Mm-hmm. I haven't even had a chance to tell you that Carrie Lamb from the Vermont Ravens is coming in here this coming Friday morning.
Nice.
Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't tell me that.
She's coming in Friday morning.
Good. I that'll be awesome.
So, yeah, and it's perfect timing. Carrie Lamb, I can't wait to chat with her. The Governor's Cup got rescheduled because of the weather. Have I missed the makeup date on that? Do we know if that's...
I posted it. Okay. I could go back and find it for you.
As long as you posted it.
Yeah, it's up. It's posted up there, so that's all there. Yeah.
Plans are...
And hopefully this Thursday will be race night at Thunder Road. I mean, I hope that it's not another year of every Thursday night battling whether or not you're going to be able to race.
Yeah, I'm reading right now. Thursday night, mostly clear skies, 49 degrees.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hillary's saying no date yet. So thank you, Hillary. God, don't you love how we get information that's so
absolutely
time sensitive like that? Thank you, Hillary.
She's on it.
She always.
Love her. She's a good girl.
So Thursday night we should be racing. Clear skies 49. What?
Well, at night probably.
Yeah, but
night.
Jesus.
Overnight temps is probably not going to be 49 when you're sitting at the track.
Plans are underway for Burlington to have this overdose prevention center. I read that while I was away. Mulvaney, the mayor, pushing forward on this.
Well, yeah, because the legislature gave the approval. So, safe injection sites.
So the only other one, and please, everyone, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the only other one is New York City, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay. I wonder how folks feel about that.
Well, people are not very happy. There's a lot of mixed reviews, but mostly not great reviews when it comes to that.
Look at everything that happened.
I know.
Berlin sues mobile home park owners over floodplain violations.
Right. Randy Rulo wants to put mobile homes back in the park behind the state garage on the Barry Montpelier Road, the one that was completely obliterated last summer. Has poured some new foundations. He says that he's only repairing homes that were left behind, but others say differently, and
is this all
not really sure what will?
Is this all about the money?
Well, what else would it be about?
I don't know.
It's certainly not about the lives of people and in their homes and their sanity or anything else.
Concerted effort for housing and everything. Okay. Jesus.
I mean, that of all places to put housing back right there next to the river. I mean,
God.
that park has flooded numerous times anyways, but Last time it literally, I mean, wiped out the whole park. I know several people who
Yeah.
lived in that park who literally lost not only their entire life, but almost their lives.
Yes.
Them like literally were trapped, and it was a very bad situation.
Just you and I had two people that lived in that park that contacted us right after the flood. I can't believe it was almost a year ago, and were telling us in graphic detail of everything that was going on. I think one of them joined us on the air by telephone. I can't remember, but unbelievable. Speaking of which, as we approach that 1 year anniversary of the flood, July 10th, the morning of July 10th, we are going to be doing something. We will not be here in the studio. We will be out and about. And we're going to give you details on that when we can firm them up first before we talk about it on the air, of exactly where we're going to be, and not just where, but why, and who we're going to be with. But I've been working on that, and I should have some finalization maybe at the end of the day today or tonight. So be on the listen for that this week, maybe even tomorrow morning. What else is going on in the news today or anything?
I think that we've pretty much covered everything. I mean, it's yeah. I think we've got it all. The search for Nicholas Hale and St. Albans, and the weather and all of that great stuff. I think we've got it covered. Donald Trump is going to, and Joe Biden will be doing their debate. We did the porch fire.
Yeah.
We do have this doctor in Maine. I thought this was a very interesting article. The doctor in Maine who has been sentenced to 300 years for her opioid prescription practices.
Yes. Does she not look like a crazy bitch or what? I mean, look at the look on her face.
But 15 counts of unlawfully distributing, good Lord, controlled substances.
Unreal.
Just crazy. I can't talk this morning, and I can't see. Sometimes these lights hit my phone just right, so that I really have a hard time seeing my phone. I need to get a different screen or something to be able to watch, so I can read this stuff better. But she was Meredith Norris, 53, of Kennebunk, was convicted by a federal jury of 15 counts of unlawfully distributing controlled substances. Each count carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. She was arrested in October of 22 and was the first charge brought by the New England Prescription Opioid Strike Force by the Federal Justice Department. At the time of her arrest, she faced 10 counts of unlawful distribution and other controlled substances.
Wow.
Just insane to me, but good. Kudos. I mean, that sends a pretty huge message right there.
It does. Donald Sutherland, 88 years old. How sad. We just lost a legendary actor right there. Amazing. Do you remember Donald Sutherland from MASH? Did you ever watch MASH?
I did watch MASH.
And Willie Mays died, 93 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a autographed baseball in a glass encasement by Willie Mays at an antique place. And I don't know if anyone's ever been to Beaumar. Have you ever been to the Beaumar Antique Mall?
No.
On Route 1?
No.
That's when I go in there, I'm in there for, seriously, Sherilyn and I both, we're in there for 2 hours, easily 2 hours. And when we go to the coast of Maine, we always say, what day is it going to rain so that we can go to Beaumar? And that's where we saw this autographed baseball from William. I can't remember the price, but it was
Probably
pretty.
scare you.
Whatever it was pretty high. I don't want to say what it was because I don't remember. Go ahead.
This weekend, the governor participated in Lacing Up for Cancer, the Walk
Yes.
for Cancer, and he did that in memory of his good friend and mentor, Senator Dick Mazza, and the many others who have lost their lives to cancer. But awesome to see him being involved in that. I'm not one bit surprised.
No.
Anyways, I mean, he's
Phil
involved in so many.
I know.
Just
Everything.
everything.
And he's in good shape, too. He's in, like, amazing shape.
He's very much community driven and Vermont driven, and he truly is stepping right in there all the time. This is tragic news out of Burke yesterday. The dispatch to Burke Mountain Toll Road to assist with a motor vehicle accident involving a race car participating in the hill climb due to possibility of speeds. Hello?
It's a race. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. The pictures of
Unreal.
that car, that wreck, that whole thing,
How they're alive, I have no idea.
just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Do we know anything about the...
All I know so far is that he suffered very severe injuries.
The driver.
The driver. I've not heard any more information about that at all.
assuming they're stable, but we don't know.
We have no clue. At least I don't have a clue. I'm sure that somebody does. But
Jeez.
have you ever gone and watched one of those races?
The hill climbs, yes.
Yeah, they're pretty incredible. The training involved in
Yep.
that with the spotter and the radios, and I actually watched a documentary on that once, just because. Well, one, it blows my mind. The one in Mount Mansfield.
Yep.
No way would I, or Mount Washington.
Mount
I mean,
Washington.
Mount
Yeah.
Washington. No way
Yeah.
would I ever. But
It's unreal.
it's crazy, and the speeds that they travel and the training that they go
Yeah.
through is it's in the communication that they have to have
amazing.
with the person that's not even on the ground in the car anymore. They're literally
Right.
on the ground at the bottom,
Right.
but they've driven the course many times together. They've gotten when you're going to brake, when you're going to accelerate, what you're going to do. And God only knows what happens if there's somebody that ends up in front of you or in back of you or whatever. But the communication with the spotter and the person that you've been training with for months and months and months leading up is crazy.
These spotters are telling the driver when to turn before the turn in the road comes up, so that they can position that car. I mean, they're going at ungodly speeds, so they can position that car into a slide before they've even gone into the turn. And Sherilyn has always been into rally racing. We've gone to the New England Forest Rally. We were there the year that Ken Block went off the road and sliced his fuel line in half, and his $400,000 car went up, just incinerated in a matter of minutes, and they barely got the 5-point unbuckled in time to get out of that car. But we're very familiar with rallying and hill climbing, and Sherilyn knows the owner of the Frog Racing team, and reached out to them a little bit yesterday. And it's crazy stuff. If you've ever seen the Travis Pastrana dash cam video of him breaking his own world record racing up Mount Washington in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Up.
Insane.
It's unbelievable. And I'll tell you, there's like zero room for error. You make an error and you're dead. It's pretty much that simple. Speaking of cars and fast cars, I saw that you posted that Ferraris, they're making electric Ferraris. Maybe you didn't post it. Maybe I just read it. Electric?
No, I think I made a post that they were going to, but why are you surprised by that?
Can we just leave well enough alone? Can we just say, hey, a Ferrari is
No, we can't. That's why we're where we're at now.
I know,
dumbass, because we can't leave well enough alone.
Michael say he just took it from $500,000 electric Ferrari. I'm saying, if I had $500,000 to spend on a vehicle, and if it was going to be a Ferrari, it wouldn't be an electric one, Raylene. It would be a gas one. I'm not going to spend $500K on something that's got a battery powered. I'm okay now. What's up with
the time?
What's up is I saw you have you got a real nice ad this morning about Preston's Kia and some of the cars that they've got over there. These Kias are
they have some great specials going on right now.
Amazing.
Some great lease specials, and despite what's happening, so CDK, which is the company that provides all of the software for dealerships nationwide, they have been hacked.
Yeah.
It has brought the entire system down. It has
not just in the United States, but in Canada too.
All over. It has halted not only sales, but the receipt of cars, getting service of cars, like literally every bit of everything that happens at a dealership. The majority of dealerships does not happen without CDK. And my sister is the finance manager at a local dealership, in Burlington, but and she says they're literally halted. They can't do anything. They can't. Every inventory, everything is affected. And so
Is that still going on?
It is still going on. And CDK really didn't have a lot of answers on Friday as to how long. But on Friday, they were saying that it could take this entire week. It could be another entire week of dealing with this. So it has caused a lot of problems, and so the dealerships are having to find workarounds and really going back to paper applications and the old way of doing things, which in the end will just cause even more mess, because then you're going to be trying to work, do your job that you do already on a busy daily basis, while putting all of this other stuff back in the computer and making sure that all the numbers work and that everything was done just so and whatever. But despite all of that, Kia is open. They're still selling cars. They have some great stuff going on with the 2024 Kia Fortes, LXS. You can lease those for $319 a month with first payment only due at signing. So we usually have to have quite a bit of money down. Of course, that's for qualified buyers. But head on down there to Preston's at 51 Gallison Hill Road in Montpelier and check it out. And then when you're down there, that's right.
Yeah, tell them we sent you.
And when you're down there, if maybe you're not looking for a car, you're just looking around, but if you're in that end of town, if you are looking for a new home, Vectos is having a massive display sale. So the anything on display has been marked down considerably. There are package deals. They have all kinds of things that will help pre-qualify for you. You can upgrade. Maybe you want to upgrade from a single to a double. Maybe you just your home is older and you want to upgrade. Now's the time to do it. Plus, you may qualify for up to $40,000 in down payment assistance. There's all kinds of great programs going on right now. And this is the place to go because these are the people that know it and they will help get you there. Stop in, check them out, or give them a call.
Yeah. And we're showing their ad right now on the monitor, so which is fantastic.
Great things happening over at the Den. The Den, so the only day that they're closed on Mondays, that's it. But they are open Tuesday through Sunday. On Saturdays and Sundays, they are open at noon now. And when they open with a full menu, so you can go in for lunch or dinner there. The parking lot is open. It's huge. It's open and available to ATVs, UTVs, and trucks, trailers, whatever you got, you can bring them there. There's a section to park your truck and trailer if you want to, bring your equipment in like Michael Booten does. Park the direct trail access right from the parking lot. It's open even when they're not, but they're open a lot. But you're more than welcome to use the parking lot. And of course, they welcome you in for lunch, dinner, drink, to use the facilities, all that great stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for posting that the Waits River store opened up.
Yeah.
I love those people. Monty and Heather and the whole family. They're just wonderful, wonderful people. And I am not only do I just love going in there, but I love the fact that they have non-ethanol gas, which I put in everything. But I'm just, they had a fire and they were shut down for a long time. So I see the Waits River store is now officially opened. That is so cool. Do you know why? I saw that you posted that pet insurance companies canceled about 100,000 policies. Do you know anything more about that?
I don't.
That's crazy shit,
I don't.
man.
And I should have looked into it more. I haven't heard anything from my agent about my pet insurance, but hopefully they don't cancel that because it's a really big deal. Actually, I don't know what I would do without it. It helps me to get my annual exams or get mine, for the Shih Tzus.
Yeah.
It helps with all of that. It's a big deal when they need medicine or some emergency happens. So I haven't heard anything yet. So I hope that myself and my babies are not a part of that.
You just said
axing.
Did you just say shit?
No, I said Shih Tzus, but I say shit all the time. Who cares?
You said shit, Sue. Okay. But you did say shit.
Yes, I did.
Okay. The national stories, Raylene, unfucking believable. I'm sorry.
With the flooding and the weather and the heat and the everything out in the Midwest. A good friend of mine, as you know, is traveling that direction. Headed to South Dakota. I'm sure reading that news this morning was absolutely devastating to hear all of that. But 1 million people are under flood warnings as heavy rain hits upper Midwest. And the pictures that on the news this morning were absolutely devastating. A lot of lives have been lost already. And when I say a lot, I'm not talking hundreds or anything, but for me, one is too many when it comes to stuff like this. So, but it has been several. Definitely thinking of all of them and all that they're going through right now because we well know what all of that's like. It's horrible.
While I was away, undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens are safe from deportation. 500,000 people could get U.S. citizenship. Whew. That was a big story.
It was a big story.
And it still is a big story, and it is going to continue to be a big story, and I'm sure gain some more traction this week.
It's all just political moves at the moment.
Woo!
I mean, really anything that happens in the last, 6 months of an election season.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We got the Surgeon General calling on Congress to require social media warning labels. I need to read more about that, but at first, knee-jerk reaction, I think that's great. Secret Service agent robbed at gunpoint during the president's trip to California. This was a conversation that I actually overheard at a restaurant as that story was unfolding, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" And of course, that spins into assassination attempt, and But my God, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was breaking while I was away.
Right.
In the
Well,
news.
you were just chilling.
Jesus.
You were just chilling, tuned out, didn't know what the hell was going on.
Of course not.
Now you're trying to catch up.
The Celtics got their 18th NBA championship while I was away. Panthers and Oilers going for it tonight. This is it. It's make it or break it time. You going to be watching any of that? This is the big decisive game.
No.
No?
No.
Not interested.
Not interested.
Okay.
No. I'll watch Lori Shepherd on Wednesday night. That's
Yes.
about as sport as I get.
All right.
Watching Lori.
So no Barry beat tonight.
No, there's no Barry beat tonight.
But will Shep be with us tonight? Lori
No.
Shepherd? Okay.
Wednesdays only right now.
Wednesdays only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
She will not.
Okay.
But we'll be back tomorrow, and as always, I will keep you all posted on as much as I possibly can. And don't forget to get out to the farmers market on Wednesday over here at Courier Park, 3:30 to 6:30. It's amazing, all the goodies, and there are fresh vegetables out, baked goods, canned goods, just real cool thing.
And that's right in Berry City Park.
Right in Berry City Hall Park. Yes.
Thank God.
Right up here.
That was a great decision to, no disrespect to Pearl Street, at the alley, but to get it back in the park.
Absolutely.
Great decision.
I agree. It's a great decision. It's a perfect spot.
It is. And it should be that way. And the parking is great and everything. Is there anything else that we should mention, that we should talk about?
No, I mean, I think we're good.
We got the
No.
we got the Mountaineers playing Wednesday night at home at the ballpark. This coming Wednesday night and Saturday night. The Thursday night racing, as we said, at Thunder Road should be fine. Clear skies, 49. The weather should be great for that. Expect some clouds and some rain today. And 68 degrees, a little bit of relief in the humidity. Yeah. So we had a little incident at the beach.
Oh, yeah. Back to your emergency that you were going to tell us about an hour ago.
Should we close out with this?
Sure.
Okay. Kind of a dire situation. First of all, while I was at the beach, this was the coast of Maine, family vacation. This past week during the heat wave, it was a perfect place to be during the heat wave. There were the ambulance was pulling up that whole stretch of Route 1, Gunquit, York, Wells, even Drake's Island. There were ambulances plucking people off the beach, left and right. Route 1 was just insane. People suffering, heat exhaustion and whatnot. So this is a beach we're quite familiar with. We've been going there for a long time. this particular stretch of the beach it's a very long beach. It's Wells Beach, it's Moody Beach. They're all connected, and it goes on for miles and miles. My tradition is to go for a walk on the beach, and I like to walk as far as I possibly can. So I tell Sherilyn I'm heading off on my my journey on the beach. She knows I'll be gone for, could be at least an hour, maybe two. And my goal this time is I'm going to walk all the way, 400 miles to the north or the south to the end of the beach, and I'll be back. So I did that. And it was this, I can't remember which day, I think it was Wednesday. It was particularly hot. It was like 97 degrees. And, the beach is just so vast. I mean, it's such a huge area. I mean, it's massive. So I had been in the water with Lily. And you know what happens when you get in the water. I had a wet bathing suit. And there was a little bit of sand in there, in the crotch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay. So I get walking down this beach, and I'm like an hour and a half away by foot, and I'm way up at the northern end. And there's nothing up there, Raylene. I mean, there's no, there's just not, a lot of people. And I didn't have my cell phone on me. And all of a sudden, I started to feel some pain in the nether region. And I said,
is this where the dead crab comes into play?
No, this is nothing new. The dead crab got put in my tackle box, which got packed in the car, and then we smelled a rotting dead crab in my tackle box for the entire...
Sorry to sidetrack you. Go ahead, finish your story.
Entire way home.
I'm assuming we got like 20 more minutes before you could wrap it up.
No, it's just...
You started feeling pain.
I started feeling pain. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm chafing in the middle of this huge beach.
This is your emergency? Are you fucking kidding me?
Raylene, this is a legitimate
You're being serious.
Raylene, this is a serious situation. I mean, any guy would understand where I'm coming from.
Oh my God.
Raylene, I don't have a cell phone. Okay?
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Your mommy?
I mean,
know. Come on.
I don't know.
Seriously?
Raylene, do you know how far away I am?
What the hell do you need a cell phone for that?
I'm miles away from Sherilyn, and I'm chafing. I got sand in the bathing suit. I got a rash.
Get in the fucking water and get the sand out.
It's too late. I've already got the rash forming. It's like once the rash starts, it gets worse quickly.
You're a straight up lunatic.
And so I look down. I'm like, oh my God, I got a rash going on both sides. Plus the middle, if you follow me. This is not good. What am I supposed to? What am I going to do? I can't walk up to these beach houses. They're all private.
Get in the water.
Yep, but then what? Start walking again?
Rinse it out. Yes.
I got the sand out. I did get the sand out. Okay, but now I'm burning. This is salt water. It's not like there's fresh water close by and a bar of soap.
Call 911. Somebody call 911.
I would have called 911. I'm like,
my balls are so swollen I can finally see them. I do have some. Raylene's been lying. Good Lord.
What am I going to do? What do I do? Here comes this lady. She's walking towards me. She's like doing the pep step. coming towards me, and I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, hi, ma'am. Hi, can you stop walking for a second? I need help. Do you have a cell phone on you? No, you don't? All right. By any chance, if you're going to the south and you happen to see my wife like 4 or 5 miles down on the beach, would you tell her that her man has a chafing emergency and I cannot walk. I cannot walk, Raylene. You know what I did? I'm walking like I'm holding my bathing suit together to try to. I'm walking. I'm not kidding you. I walked all the way back, literally like I had a telephone pole shoved in my ass, waddling left and right down the beach. Looked like a complete asshole.
You should have just stuffed some wet seaweed in your bathing suit and you would have been just fine.
Have a great day, everyone. Be good to one another. Share a laugh. Enjoy the weather. We'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Air Now.